Hello, welcome back to my channel, Divine Libra Wisdom. I'm back again with a weekly check-in reading for Libra. This will be for the week of 4/27. I did take a little impromptu break from posting the weekly check-in readings. I just needed to take a break. But next time, if I do decide to take a break, I will make a post under the community tab. As well as, I know I keep saying this, but I will remember, hopefully, Lord, I always forget these, but the elemental check-in readings, or elemental readings that should go under the community tab for each month. I keep forgetting. I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, I'm going to get better at posting under the community tab, because I think I did just a general one. I didn't really do for like the month, but I'm going to try to pick that back up to do it every month. So I'm going to have to start doing some scheduling just so that I remember, hey, first of the month, do it for the first of the month, of course, and try to get back on. I'm going to get back into the swing of things as far as doing the weekly check-in readings. I may, if I have time today, I mentioned it in towards this reading, but I may do a pick-a-pile or a collective reading just for the entire collective of people who, come across my video. But either it will be a pick-a-pile reading or it will be a collective check-in. But I may do that later on tonight, either one that I choose. So I may or may not be on screen as well. So we'll see. We'll figure it out. Anyway, but yeah, I will also get a check in with all four elements later on. Okay, but let's go ahead and get the disclaimers out of the way. If you're new to the channel, I thank you so much for tuning in. If you're returning, I thank you as well. As you listen along, make sure you like the video. Make sure you leave a comment down in the comment section. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Just, do all the things. Do all the things. Decks that I'm using, they will be in the description box below. Let's see. If you have any questions or concerns, you can absolutely leave a comment in the comment section, or you can email me, whatever that is. Also use that email if you want to book a personal reading with me. You have to go through the email, okay? I'm not going to take requests for readings in my comment section because too many things happen that way, and I don't want anyone to get got, okay? So the only way to book a personal reading with me is to first reach out via email, and that way we can go from there, okay? So just make sure, I want to reiterate that. Everything doesn't have to apply because I'm reading for a large collective. So if you hear something that you don't agree with or you're not feeling, totally fine. It don't have to apply to you, okay? Noise I will try to keep to a minimum, but it seems to be very quiet, usually on Sundays, which is the day that I'm doing these readings on. So I shouldn't hear much noise, but in the event that happens, I will definitely try to keep that to a minimum, okay? And if I forgot to mention anything else, then just apply it. So yeah. And as I'm getting the cards out and together for our spread, I'm gonna get some channel messages for Libra. See what we got going on for this week. This is again for the week of April 27th. I'm hearing the words in steady hands. In steady hands. Not sure what that means, but only thing I can really gather from that is, you know, maybe you're going to be dealing with someone who, you know, is very emotionally intelligent soon. Maybe someone could be coming in, a partner, a friend, whatever, however it applies. And they could treat you very gently. They could be very emotionally intelligent. They listen to you. You know, they hear you out. They validate you. All those types of things. I also just heard the words for a season. So I don't know, some of you may be traveling somewhere soon. Might be staying at the Four Seasons. I don't know. I don't know. But, or you could just want that, you know, you want to stay somewhere nice, I think. Is what I'm kind of gathering. So I know right now I'm trying to be somewhere this summer. Shoot, really this May coming up, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Trying to decide how or when I want to travel somewhere. But I am very much in need of a trip, and I have to go somewhere. Whew, because I'm sick of it. Nah. But no, I really just need a trip to unwind. So that could be for other Libras as well. That came out in Taurus's reading as well. So, you know, if you have if you have Taurus placements, or, you know, felt drawn to go watch Taurus, even if you don't have those placements, sometimes you can be drawn to a sign because you may need to embody some characteristics that sign is known for. So that could be sometimes why you're drawn to something, even if it doesn't necessarily relate to you, if that makes sense. Okay. I'm also hearing the word grapevine. So somebody could be like talking about you, Libra, whether it be good or bad. There could be gossiping around you about who you might be talking to, who you might be involved with, you know, what it is that you do for a living, like all this, you know, silly stuff. It, you know, that could be, you know, something that's going on with you. I cannot believe it's only 11:30. It's really only 11:34 a.m. Really? It seems so much later than that. I wonder if that's the time, if that time is right. Anyway, sorry, I'm so confused. that really, hold on. I just have to make sure my time is not wrong on my... It's not. Oh, wow. Interesting. Huh. It's only 11:34 a.m. Well, what do you know? Okay. I don't know. For some reason, it feels later than that. But yeah. Getting back to the point. I'm just trying to make sure I don't have anything else that's coming up. But yeah, definitely grapevine. I feel like people, they have your name in their mouths. And like I said, it can be good or bad. That's one thing about a Libra. I feel like we are known for being kind, but we also are known for being direct too. So, you know, it could be a thing where you may have ruffled some feathers because of what you said or how you say something or what you do online. Because I'm really getting this strongly for being online. Somebody, you know, that is either somebody looking at your page in admiration or looking at your page in annoyance. So it's either or, you know, either or. So hey, you have to just take that stuff with a grain of salt, you know, unless somebody's coming at you to let you know how they feel. Just, you know, let it fly, because that's what I do. Because I can definitely feel sometimes when people are monitoring spirits. Sometimes the information comes directly to me from a third party, and I know that so and so don't like me for whatever reason, or so and so is kind of feeling me, checking me out, whatever. But either way, unless they come and say something to you and introduce themselves, make themselves known, I wouldn't worry about it. All right, so that's the channel messages that I'm getting for you, Libra. So we're going to go ahead and get into the cards, but if anyone is kind of like new to looking at my videos, I do start of the week, midweek, end of the week, and then we read the affirmation for the week. Okay? All right. So I'm going to turn these cards over and see what we got going. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, and I'm already seeing Hera came out in Taurus's reading. So again, if you have any Taurus placements, then you may want to go check out Taurus's reading, because you may have a message in there for you. Okay, air is out here, so could be dealing with another air sign, water sign. Hera, I noted, or was told, or in the book, it says it's Capricorn energy, so could be dealing with a Capricorn. And we'll see these other two. We'll see what type of energies these are. This looks like fire, so it could be dealing with a fire sign. This also gives me fire vibes here, this one. So yeah, so water signs, air signs, and fire signs could be significant, as well as earth with Capricorn specifically. Okay, and I'm just looking at this and just seeing. Okay, so start of the week, you have life experience. This is number 16. This is Archangel Chamuel, however you want to say it. It says a significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change, time to spread your wings. So that's that right there. And let me just check something really quick, because I think life experience, I think that's the Tower card. I just want to be sure. Yeah. So yeah, it is the Tower card. So I don't necessarily get the sense that this is something that you have to be necessarily afraid of. You know what I'm saying, Libra? I just feel like, especially with recklessness down here, there could be, when you go into the start of the week, there could be something where maybe something pops up that's kind of like a minor inconvenience for you, something that you have to take care of, or there could be an event that happens to where you may need to pivot in some kind of way. You may have, and it could just be as simple as having a revelation about something that leads to like a major breakthrough or a major change for you. And it could just be, time to spread your wings, like it says down here, because you have spread your wings. You have an angel right here, and they have their wings kind of, out, like they're about to get ready to fly away. And then you also kind of jumping ahead, but you have begin again over here is what this card says. So again, it could be that there's some things that you're thinking about. There's some things where you're like, okay, I really think that I want to get going. You see what I'm saying? I really want to kind of book it out of here. And that could also be the reasoning for some of you, small number of you, Not to, you know, I'm just not trying to center myself, but I do feel strongly that some of you may want to pivot, may want to do something different, you know, may want to get away, similar to Taurus, what came out for Taurus, especially with Hera being here. You know, that could be for you. Now, recklessness, all fire. When I think about fire, when I think about this card and I see the fire, it makes me think of Aries. Aries is known to be very impulsive, very passionate, very kind of in your face, go-getter type energy. And then you also have this butterfly up top her head. Butterfly is all about transformation, change. So the only caution I would say is with recklessness is not to do anything kind of half-cocked, if you will. I hate that word, but either way, that's the only word that I can think of at the moment. But kind of being off balance, and just kind of taking the leap of faith without having some thoughts about it. And usually that's typically not what Libra will do. They will try to weigh all options, thus the scales, before making a move. So this is just, I feel, is more so like a kind of cautionary thing. Like if something happens that kind of, you know, stuns you or kind of comes at you from way left field, take a pause, take a breather, and then decide how you want to, you know, move forward from there. Okay. So we have recklessness. This is number 13. Yeah, so this is represented by Aries, like I thought. But anyway, so this card represents the energy of the dark moon in Aries ahead of the new moon in Aries. I think I know it's a lot of planets in Aries right now, and a lot of stuff has been hitting the fan. So yeah, it's kind of crazy out here. So what this says is there's a fine line between throwing all your cards to the wind to see where they land and burning them all. Your impulsiveness is trapping you like a ring of fire, but there is opportunity for growth and transformation. Thus, that butterfly up there, you know. So butterflies can be significant. You may love butterflies. You know, you might have butterfly tattoos, but they may hold some significance for you. So if they do, then you know that this message is definitely for you. Okay. When this card comes up, there's a sense you've been impatient about something, and this might be tipping you over into reckless behavior. It's as though you're careening full speed downhill, and while it may feel exhilarating to throw caution to the wind, you could benefit from putting on the brakes. Okay. Ask yourself if you have perhaps even been a little selfish in your actions. You know what you want, and you want it now. And it says, as empowered as that sounds, on the one hand, it seems like you might need to go a little easy. So yeah, I think that where Taurus needed to have was being more stubborn and kind of in their energy, but they kind of knew. I feel like they knew what they were doing. I feel like with this more so, there's a need to kind of take a step back, a pause, you know, especially like I said, with it coming out with the life experience card, tower moment. There could be something, and it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be anything that just is so life altering that it knocks you off, you know, knocks you off center. But it could be something that just stuns you, like, dang, I didn't see that coming, or I didn't think that would happen. And so instead of wanting to do like a fight or flight type deal, or to be kind of, you know, rah-rah about it, you know, take a breath, take a pause, and just be like, okay. Basically think before you speak. So like, say if it's someone coming at you, especially the monitoring spirits, somebody coming at you with some drama, some BS, take a pause and just, you know, have some tact, be kind, but you can be direct. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just mentioned this before, like, there's a way to do things. Okay. You know, you don't want to jump to conclusions. You don't want to move so fast to the point where you make things worse. Okay. So additional meanings for this card is to slow down, consider a course correction, a pivot, like I mentioned, come up for air, embrace the start of a new cycle, recognize that a new day is dawning. So again, you know, a temporary setback is not a complete loss or a complete end. It just means that some things may need to transpire to happen, and you may need to go a different route, or you may need to do something different. Okay, let me take a sip of water. That may be something that y'all need to do. Some of y'all may need to get some water. You got a water card here, but yeah, some of y'all may need to drink some water. You may need to put some water on the back of your neck, like someone that I follow on TikTok says a lot. Put a cold compress, some water, some ice, something on the back of your neck. Put it on your forehead and just, you know, calm down a little bit. Okay. Anyway, so eight of water. This is a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. I definitely, every time I see this card, it makes me think of multiple cups, hands and multiple things, trying to do too much, trying to do multiple things at once. It also makes me think of having so many different options that it can be hard to decide or settle on the thing that really truly makes you happy. So when you have all these things, especially for a Libra, because we can be extremely indecisive, the best thing to do is to sit with certain things, take a step back, you know what I'm saying? Take a breather, think about what your next move is going to be and what makes the most sense. So, you know, and I mentioned in Taurus's reading that I personally have been trying to plan some trips, and I've had to go over and over and over again with it because I don't, you know, I have all these questions like, should I do this? Should I do that? Well, would I enjoy this more? Would I enjoy that more? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and it can make you overwhelmed. And as someone who always kind of gets overwhelmed when I do have to make a choice or need to make a choice, it can be a lot. So yeah. So what can help is, you know, taking a step back, you know, giving yourself some time to really process what it is that you want to do. You know, making a pros and cons list always helps. If you're into the AI, Chat GPT, Claude, things of that nature, Gemini, sometimes asking it to separate all the things that you want. Like, I want to go here, I want to go here, here, here. You know, what, like, when's the best time to go, price wise, you know, availability for travel or lodging accommodations, things of that nature, like things to do. So, like, you know, is this a good season to go? You know what I'm saying? Is this the off season, the on season? You know, all those types of things can help you decide if you're planning a trip, like myself. So I feel like this is talking to me too, but for the larger community of Libras who may be tuning in, if you have multiple options, if you're trying to do multiple things at once, try to focus on what takes the, you know, most priority, and then, you know, eliminate those things, get those things done, and then focus on other things. Okay. And so with Hera here, I read it in Taurus's reading, but so I'm probably not going to go back and look at this card necessarily, but this is all about standing your ground. This is all about you know, not allowing people to kind of walk all over you. And then this also can indicate someone mistreating you, kind of doing you dirty. And it's kind of like in Libras, I feel like Libras, like, we will let we tend to like let a lot of things slide. People will always come for Libra, will always try Libra, but Libra, a lot of times we'll take it in stride, and we may not address it right then, but eventually we may address it later. You know what I'm saying? So if there is someone who's kind of like trying to force you to make a decision, and that's where some of that overwhelm can come from. If there's someone who is trying to speak ill over your plans, so that's why, you know, it's kind of taken you a bit of time to, you know, figure out what it is what you want to do, and you have this desire to move on because it's like, you know, what do I do? Because there's so much going on, and it's just kind of like, okay, I just want to get away. So what do I do? You know, so I think, you know, and then also it needs to make sense for you. I was just talking to some friends last night when I was on the TikTok live, my own live actually. I do go live sometimes on TikTok. But we were discussing astrology and just kind of discussing our charts and, you know, how it shapes who we are and how that presents, how we present to the world in that way, and just kind of, you know, matching that up and discussing it. And I mentioned that the things that I do, especially when it's for others, not just for myself, but for others too, it has to make sense. Like, it has to have meaning. I don't want to just be doing something just for the sake of doing it. So, you know, with Hera, you know, there's a rhyme to her reason. There's a reason why she, you know, did the things that she did, because she was cheated on by her husband, Zeus. And she was like, oh no, I'm trying to overthrow you. I'm trying to come for everything. You see what I'm saying? And there, you know, like, the way that she's standing there is so powerful, like so poised, you know, calm. You know, she looks extremely calm. Even although, you know, she may look kind of terse, you know, kind of annoyed in a way, but she has a very, like, stern face, very no nonsense. And, you know, hey, it may be time. She has a staff, but it may be time for Libras. It may be time for you to pick up your, you know, imaginary sword and swing that mug, because, you know, and the way that you do that, not physical in the physical sense, of course, but, you know, you may have to do that by standing up for yourself, using your words, you know, remaining tactful, which I really don't ever have an issue with Libra being tactful, because it takes so much for us to even say anything, you know, to a person. You know, we're more quicker to defend other people when we see someone being bullied, when we see someone being mistreated, rather than ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how we are. Like, we genuinely care about other people. You know what I'm saying? But we do need to learn how to focus that energy back into ourselves too. You know what I'm saying? We need to know how to stand up for ourselves, you know, say what we're thinking, and go from there. Okay? So by the end of the week, we have 4 of air, and it says, time to rest or take a vacation, allow more time for making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. All right, so you have this one, like, little unicorn laying down, resting. The other two kind of sitting here waiting. So definitely after this week, whatever transpires, no matter how big or small, you may just need a break from everything. If you are planning a trip, definitely plan that trip and take it. No matter what you have to do, make sure you go on your trip and you take your trip and you go and you have some fun, you know, rest and relaxation. And that's why I'm trying to kind of figure out exactly where I would, you know, feel the most at peace, where I would feel the most safe, where I would feel the most, you know, I could do the most, have the most fun possible. It has me rethinking another trip, especially for my birthday, because I had one thing that I want to do, but I'm deciding, I'm thinking. So, whatever the case, whatever you decide, you know, take a step back, meditate on it, sit on it, and, you know, go from there. And the last card that you have, and then we'll read the affirmation card, you have begin again. To me, this kind of puts me in the mind of like, I think it's the Fool, either the Fool or the Hangman, one of them, but it's not upside down. So I think it is more so the Fool, because it makes me think of the Fool's journey, begin again. Like you could be starting on a new adventure. You could be starting a new, you know, it could be perhaps, because I know for me, I am in a way starting anew this year, where I will, some things will be finalized. I will be going at it alone, on some things, whereas I would have been with a partner, going on trips, doing different things, you know what I'm saying? So my whole life is completely different from last year, you know what I'm saying? So especially like the start of last year, like the beginning of last year is so completely different to now. So, you know, anything can happen, anything is possible. So it's always a good thing when you can, you know, start anew, reinvent yourself, rebrand yourself, and a lot of times it's a lot better that way, you know what I'm saying? So however that translates for you, go for it, you know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to start new plans, you know, do things, go out and experience new people, new things, even when it's scary, even when it's, you know, you can mourn the past, but you don't want to dwell on that, you know what I'm saying? Because today is actually a heavy day for me, actually, because of a past event that happened. So, you know, just trying to get over that hump. It can be a lot, but other than that, you know, you have to take your rest. You have to take your vacation whenever you feel things are getting too heavy, whenever you feel like you need to take a step back and reassess, you know what I'm saying? Always do so. And it can lead you to wherever, because even with this card, like with this person, like looking kind of out over the distance, it's like kind of like the sky is the limit. Like the potential is limitless. Like there's so much you can do. You have so many options, right? Like you have all these cups. You have so many options. So there's so much to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'll read a little bit from Begin Again. That's number 1. And we're going to do the affirmation for the week. All right. Okay. So Begin Again. This card carries the energy of the dark moon in Aries. All right. So could be dealing with an Aries. That's funny to me. Anyway, so for other reasons, but I did mention fire signs, and Aries is out here twice. So I did say that this gave me fire vibes because of the sunlight and how red it is, red orange it is. I just cannot do words today for some reason. But anyway, so yeah, dealing with a Capricorn, or you could be dealing with a water sign, air sign, or this could just be, you know, air signs, you Libra, coming out in the reading. Aries, double time, fire, Capricorn. Okay. And let's see. So yeah, dark moon in Aries, which knows that we need to be disciplined about release work if we want to get anywhere. Rays of light break through the darkness, illuminating the path forward. Are you sure you don't already know the answer to your question but are avoiding it? Whether you're seeking life guidance or or asking a particular question, the message is that life will be sweeter if you accept that you are at the end of one chapter and the start of a new one. What did I say? So, you know, and even for some of you, maybe a significant life event, like I just mentioned, that today is a heavy day for me because of something that happened in the past on this day. So that could be the case for you. That could be the Tower moment. Like, you could be finally getting to a point where you have healed from, or at least you're in the process of healing from whatever happened or transpired in the past. Okay. And it says it may be that you didn't want an ending. Sometimes life dishes up lessons we would really rather have done without. True story, bro. Ooh, true story. When that's the case, try to console yourself with the knowledge that everything happens for a reason, because our soul wants us to learn a particular lesson or to master something. Okay, so I'll stop right there reading. But additional meanings for this card is: make space for the new, don't rush things, allow yourself to begin again, acknowledge you've learned something important, surrender to change. Okay, easier said than done, but sometimes that is what is necessary in order to get ahead, in order to move forward and heal and progress and all those things. All right. So, all right. Funny enough that it said, what did it say? Shoot. What's something that it just said? That thing just say. Yeah. Surrender to change. Make way for new. I'm laughing because this same affirmation came out in Taurus's reading, and I literally shuffled the cards. You saw me shuffle them. But anyway, it's I have self-discipline. I have self-discipline, and very fitting because you have recklessness out here. So yeah. If there's something that you're doing where you're moving, when you're about to kind of do something reckless, or something that you have not thought out very clearly, which is very rare for a Libra to do, but sometimes there could be some, some of us who, and I have done this before, I have kind of acted on impulse as opposed to taking a step back, and then it kind of bit me in the butt. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Keep it in mind when you want to try to do something that could alter things for you, and not in a good way. Okay. So that was your reading, Libra. I hope that it resonated. If it did, make sure you give me a like on this video, leave a comment in the comment section, let me know how it resonated. If you don't want to do all that, you can definitely leave a cute emoji down there and just let me know that you're rocking with the reading. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share it with someone who enjoys tarot, if they have these placements, all the things. Okay, and I will see you next time. Bye, Libra. Have a good week.